week on shit I shouldn't have waited till 6:30 in the morning to do, let's change the rear brakes in my KTM, because if I don't do that, I'm going to be metal on metal out in the woods. Yikes. It wasn't quite metal on metal, but things, as you look at the way the new ones look, things were getting pretty close. So. No! That's backwards.
And now to answer that age-old question that literally nobody has been asking me, how the hell do you fit a dirt bike into the back of a Subaru Baja? Well, I'm about to show you. So trust me, this is a tight fit, so you're going to want to have your straps ready before you actually roll the bike in there. You're going to need 3 straps to make this work. I use these Erickson straps. I'm actually really fond of these just because they've got this ratcheting mechanism on them. It just makes them really easy to use, really easy to store. I hate straps that are just like lying around, getting all knotted up. These things work really great. I've literally been using them for years. You can see they're pretty beat up, and I've never had a failure with them. I'll have an Amazon link down in the description if you want to get some of these as well. That will be an affiliate link for me, so if you're going to buy some of these, it does help me out. Like I said, I've been using them for literally years, the same ones now, and never had a failure, never had a problem. So in a normal truck where you would have your 2 tie-down points in the front up to the handlebars, in the Baja, the bed is so short you can't do that. So you have to have one up front and one in the back. Now I'm going to show you why you have to have those, one in the front, one in the back, and that's because when you put the bike in here, it has to go completely at an angle in order to fit in the bed. So as you can see, that sucker is in there. I mean, honestly, just with those 2 straps, it probably wouldn't go anywhere, but I have to get the ramp in, and I put another strap in there just because you can see how little of the rear tire is actually on the tailgate. It makes me a little nervous, so I don't mind taking the extra precaution of an extra strap around the rear wheel. I'll show you how I do that right now. So now that I have my ramp kind of wedged in there, I take my 3rd strap and I run it between the 2 rear tie-down points through the ramp and through the rear wheel to cinch the whole bike forward, so I really am positive that it's not going to go anywhere. Well, there we go. I know that sucker looks precarious, just barely hanging on to the rear tailgate, but there it is, man. That bike ain't going nowhere. And that's how you fit a full-size dirt bike into the back of a Subaru Baja with a 4-foot bed. You're welcome, for all you dozens of Subaru Baja owners and possibly all you people who might consider buying one, which is not very many because this is a really weird little car. But, you know, I'm rather fond of the old Les Camino, and it makes a pretty good dirt bike hauler, so let's head to the woods. out here at Croom with my buddy Dave, who we've managed to pry away from the motocross track and get down and dirty with the woods crew. My man Dave here uses Caster 927. I always like smelling his bike, as weird as that sounds. Makes it fun to ride with him because it reminds me of my old Banshee that I had. When you smell that Caster 927, you know it's time to have a good time. You know, I should have made sure my rear brakes actually worked before I came out here and used them. Luckily they do. Oh, what a perfect day out here at Croom. Gorgeous, man. It's gorgeous. They're so lucky to have this. Whew. God damn it. Oh, that's not good to do right away. Whew, that's a bruised thigh right out of the gate. That's annoying. Trying to keep a little faster pace today, not just because my buddy Dave's with me and he's a better rider than I am, so I do like to keep him interested. But also because in my last race, one of the things I noticed is that, believe it or not, my skill has started to outpass my endurance. So I can now ride fast enough safely, being the key word, to outstrip my endurance for a race, whereas before, basically, I could only ride fast enough to keep up a pace for 2 hours. Like, I wasn't really pushing it much harder than that. In this last race, I was like, holy shit, I can ride a lot faster. I just can't keep it up for that long. So I'm just trying to get those two back on par. And you get those two back on par by just riding harder for longer. Oh, God, no! Can you check me for spiders? I just fucking went face first into one. That was a big fucker, you'd see it. I think I got them all. Oh, so what happens when you go bushwhacking? Almost got out of shape on that one, boy. That was close to being bad. All right. Forget what you said. You're like, oh, I'm getting tired. I better be careful because I'm going to fuck myself up. Well, here you go. Do it for the gram. And try not to run into me, please.
All right, I'm down on my knees. Don't run into me, David.